Welcome to Honest Hockey, where two guys talk about all things hockey. Honestly. I'm Tom, and he's Tom. And thanks for joining us today. So as you can tell, we're in...
Our cover has been blown.
So we're Ranger fans.
We are Ranger fans, yes.
So we decided to make a video about Henk, the king himself. Just kind of a little tribute or homage, I guess.
Homage, I like that word. That's a good word.
So we're just going to kind of talk about what he kind of meant with us and a few things that we feel like might be happening in his career in the future. So I'll start off with what he meant to me.
Go ahead.
I just remember watching him as a kid, and just kind of seeing him progress. And I didn't watch his first game or anything like that, but just he wowed me instantly.
Yeah.
And I used to play with my grandpa. I used to play this little kind of game that we used to play, and I was a goaltender, and I was Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah.
Always. But obviously never played hockey. But it was just, you idolize this guy, and just seeing how he was as just a human being, and just not just a sports player.
Yeah.
Seeing how well he dressed, and it just, he did so many things in his career that just kind of, he was the idol.
Yes.
You wanted to be
He was
him.
the king.
He was the king. So what did kind of Henk mean to you?
Boy, we we grew up with him.
Yes.
Like, I mean, we went through most of our not childhood, but teens and adult years with him being, the cornerstone of the team we love.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, he's, my second favorite athlete of all time. Yeah. And it's weird not knowing that, like, we'll go to the Garden and not hear number 30 Henrik Lundqvist. Like, that's kind of like is making me sad.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like he's a legend.
Yeah.
He's an idol. He's the king.
Yeah.
Like all his charitable endeavors.
Yes.
Just make you want to be a better person.
Yeah.
He's an incredible human being with everything that he does, and just not to mention that he's probably the second best player the Rangers have ever had.
Yeah.
And definitely the best goaltender. Sorry, Mike Richter. Sorry, Eddie Jockman. Henrik Lundqvist is the best Rangers goaltender of all time.
I think they probably admit that too.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
He'll be a Hall of Famer. He's going to have the number up in the rafters.
Definitely.
He'll definitely hold a spot with the Rangers organization once he does decide to retire.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yes.
We'll get there.
But just as far as what he meant to me, it's just like, it's hard to put into words. He was Hank.
Yeah.
He was, the backbone of the team. He was the reason why the team had so much success in the 2010-ish decade.
Yeah.
And he was just, he's the definition of cool. Like, if you were to look up cool in the dictionary, it would be a picture of Hank.
Yeah.
But like you said, his style, his sleekness, his hair, his everything. He's just... He's perfect.
Exactly. So a few kind of things that accomplishment, I guess, he did. Obviously, he went to the finals, conference finals. He's won the Vezina. Just the kind of the McDonald, right?
The Stephen McDonald Extra Effort Award.
Exactly.
Yep.
And a few charitable things he does. Obviously, he's very big into the Garden of Dreams, and then he also has his own Henrik Lundqvist Foundation.
Yes.
Which is huge. And like you see that, and it's like again, he's human. He's not just this person that plays on the ice that you idolize and you're like, oh, I wish I was him.
Yeah.
No. He does things that's just not on the ice, too.
Yeah, no. And I mean, for those of you majority of you probably aren't Ranger fans, like the Garden of Dreams is the foundation run through Madison Square Garden that works with the Rangers, the Knicks, and the Liberty. And it's kind of like a Make-A-Wish, I would say, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
It's like the fans can like donate through like telethons that they have, and they raise a bunch of money, and they allow kids to kind of fulfill their dreams. And Hank is like a really big high up, I guess, in that, and he really makes a lot of dreams come true. He raises so much money. I think I've seen that he's raised like $3.2 million.
Wow. Okay.
In total, for the community. He's the person that you should want to become.
Yeah, and then just to kind of point on like what you're talking about, like not hearing his name next year, it's like, yeah, he was bought out. I know he's not part of the Rangers right now, but like for some reason I have this expectation of next year him just going on ice.
Yeah, I mean it's
like,
weird.
It doesn't feel weird, right?
And we were at his last ever opening night.
Yes.
We were at the Rangers Jets games at Madison Square Garden, and that's the last time
see him
on opening night that A, we will see him, and B, that we'll know that he's there.
Exactly.
That he's sitting on the bench, and it's kind of surreal just to think about that.
Yeah. So, kind of a couple questions that we have lined up. So, do you think he made the right decision in not retiring and forcing the GM to do what he has to do? Like, let's get it out of the way. Hockey's a business.
Yeah, hockey is a business, yes.
So, obviously, we kind of have to look past that and everything like that. But do you feel like he did the right decision?
So, selfishly, I wish he retired.
Okay.
And I bet all Ranger fans wish he retired because, it would have been so much easier. It would have been it was still a clean breakup.
Yeah.
But it would have been even cleaner. It would just be he retired, set off into the sunset.
Exactly.
Number retired in a couple years, position within the front office, like a development position.
Yeah.
And everyone is happy.
Yeah.
But for him, I understand why he did it.
Yeah. And also there's a selfishness of his cap space going off, too.
Yes.
And that's a lot
huge
of talk,
to have
too.
the Rangers free up that cap space.
Yeah. So I kind of hope, I kind of wished for the retirement just so we didn't have a Marty Bedore situation.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to go continue to play.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm going to go to St. Louis.
Yes.
And then he's like, I'll just go back to the Devils.
Yeah. The thing is, though, at least it kind of comforts me a little bit that, like, I don't know, for some reason, hockey seems like the one sport where the legacy players always don't end their career with their team they're known for. And that's huge in Toronto. Toronto always signs players who were legends for other teams and end their career in Toronto. Mm. And I guess Hank's going to be one of those legends who doesn't end his career with the Rangers, and it's going to be exciting because he's probably going to take 1 year and go to a team. And God, as long as I really
all right, so let me ask you a question then. So what's next for Hank? Does he actually retire and just be like, oh well, yeah,
No.
I was bought out. See ya.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Does he sign? Does he take a year off? Does he go back to Sweden to play with his brother? What do you think?
I think we still need to find out. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever know the true story. We'll probably will. But, who knows if he asked the Rangers for this.
True.
That he didn't want to back up
True.
Igor. He wanted to try and compete and go somewhere. Because if he wanted to compete for a title, I mean, the Rangers can legitimately compete for a title next season.
Yeah.
But I think part of me thinks he kind of he wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And so he can have his kind of pick of whatever team he wants to go to, and he'll see whatever gives him the best chance to win a cup. Because, as we know, as Henrik is like a top 5 goaltender of all time, but all of the haters out there will say he doesn't have a cup.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that he's kind of missing on his legacy. But God forbid it is not his fault.
No.
It is the Rangers' defense fault over the past 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Because
there's always so much a goaltender can do.
Yeah. He was incredible in the postseason.
Yeah.
And all of the uninformed fans are just like, oh, he chokes in big games. I'm sorry. He is the greatest elimination goalie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He carried Rangers teams on their backs in elimination games. I think his stat was in 5 years of elimination games or something. He gave up 30 total goals or something over all of that, and that's incredible.
Yeah.
So don't give me this. Oh, he's not a top 5 goalie unless he wins a cup. No. He is a top 5 goalie, and I hope he wins a cup.
Plenty of goaltenders, great goaltenders never win cups. Plenty of great players never win cups.
Yes.
But yet they're still up there in the rafters and in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So yeah, that just can kind of go to the side.
Yeah.
But if he does go somewhere, where would you want him to go?
Somewhere west.
Name a team.
Somewhere west of the Mississippi.
Okay.
Preferably Colorado.
Okay, that's a lot of talk with Colorado.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think he would obviously slot in there very well. They're almost the Rangers of the West.
Yes, I agree with that.
So they kind of fit. He fits the page. He wants to win a cup.
Mm-hmm.
They want to win a cup. They have the people in the front. So definitely a contender there. Anywhere else?
It all depends on if we think he's going to be a starter or a backup. Because I think he'd be a great backup on Vegas.
Okay.
I think he would be great on Vancouver.
Let's say not even where would you want him to win a cup? No matter if they can fit him in right now, doesn't even matter. Where would you want him to win a cup?
Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of perfect, and I think a lot of Ranger fans can already kind of root for Colorado, as you said.
Yeah.
They're New York West.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of Ranger fans can get behind him winning a cup on Colorado or even Dallas again.
Yeah. I heard some talks about Dallas, obviously, with Ben and him. Imagine that duo.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be. Yep.
So then, that question is, where wouldn't you want to
I've seen some scary things. Twitter is a scary place. It is a cesspool of scariness. Yes. Okay? I saw pictures of Hank in a Flyers jersey. Oh my God. That was frightening. I don't want him to go to Philly.
Okay.
I don't want him to go to Washington and back up Samsonov.
That would be something.
I don't want him. Oh God, I do not want him to go to the Islanders and back up Sorokin.
Hey, we offer Sheep Barzell, and then they take Hank, and then they'll be like, wait, what?
I think Hank has a little bit too much New York Ranger pride to go play for the Islanders.
Yeah, I don't think he would go.
Really, I don't want to see him on Toronto. I don't want to see him on any team that's in the Eastern Conference.
Got it.
I want to only see him twice a year because he comes from out west, and both times he shuts the Rangers out.
Yeah.
Because you know that's what's going to happen when he plays the Rangers. He's going to shut them out.
And that's something that happens Ranger-wise anyway.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
you trade
absolutely.
a player, and all of a sudden the guy becomes
JT Miller will score a hat trick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not JT Miller, by the way.
Yeah, not JT Miller. The new number 10 for the New York Rangers. But yeah, really anywhere that's not on the East Coast. Okay. And I'm scared I want him to sign already just so I can stop praying every night that it's not one of the Rangers' rivals.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely nowhere in the Metro 1. And then the East, I can kind of go oh, okay. What if he goes to Tampa? They send all the Rangers down there.
That's true. It's Rangers South. I'm already used to Tampa being Rangers South.
So you might as well.
Yeah, you know what? Package him, send Mark Stahl down there. Oh, wait, Mark Stahl's on Detroit. Yeah. Detroit, trade Mark Stahl back to Tampa. And,
all the old guys right there.
And just reunite Rangers South. They can have a nice little, old community going. It'll be fantastic. McDonough will welcome them at the airport.
But you know what? I feel like if he was to sign somewhere, it would have to be a place that had the limelight.
Yes. Because he's
that type of guy.
He is that type of guy. He
loves
the photos and the cameras.
He's going to be like, oh yeah, and then he's going to be like,
but you know what?
What?
You know what? Why I can see him? Because I've been to Colorado once, but I don't really remember it too much. Colorado reminds me a lot of Sweden.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's cold, it's ski, it's mountainy. It's, it's kind of, I kind of would...
Is it avalanches?
I'm
not sure if Sweden has avalanches.
But yeah, I could see Colorado being a little bit like home.
Yeah. What about some cowboy boots?
Hank would rock cowboy boots.
Yeah, he probably would.
He absolutely would.
We would start wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah. I think also it'll be a safe bet. Whatever team he goes to will have a strong Swedish connection. Hence why I think Colorado, because their captain is Swedish.
Okay.
I think it's very important to him to nurture the future Swedes.
Yeah.
And, the Rangers used to have 800 Swedes on the team, and I'm pretty sure that was all because of Hank.
Yeah.
So that's my bet.
Now it's turning Russian.
Yeah, now it's turning Russian. So my bet is Colorado, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
I do.
Okay.
I want to speak to Ranger fans.
All right.
But I don't want to speak to the Ranger fans like us. The good Ranger fans. I want to speak
So we're bad Ranger fans?
No. We're the good Ranger fans.
Oh, so you're talking to us.
No. I want to speak to the bad Ranger fans.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I want to speak to the Ranger fans who, throughout Hank's career, called him Lundqvist. Okay? The people who...
Where have you heard that?
Oh, you have not been on the deep ends of Rangers Twitter.
I guess not.
So, there are... I'm not going to say the Twitter handle
I don't even know how to even say that.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the Twitter handle personally because, I don't want to get,
flack for it?
Eviscerated because he has, these, groupies who fight all his wars. Oh, but he said the Rangers would have won a cup if they didn't have Lundqvist. And he says that Lundqvist is the most overrated player in Rangers history. And basically blames everything on him as he's Lundqvist, he's Swiss cheese and has holes and lets everything in. Anybody who thinks that is a fraud Rangers fan.
Yeah.
Okay? You're wearing these, your own rose-colored glasses because you think the organization can do no wrong and it's all Lundqvist's fault. No, the organization has screwed Hank over. They left him to dry every year.
Yeah.
The Rangers should have had, 3 cups. They should have been the Blackhawks and the Kings.
Yeah.
But they're not. Because the Rangers could never...
Oh, the Kings.
They could never... I know.
The flashback just hit me.
I know. They could never provide him with what he needed.
Yeah.
And the fact that you people would be out there thinking that Hank is the problem and saying and calling him these nicknames of that he's that he's the problem is you're the problem. You're Swiss cheese. Because Swiss cheese is disgusting and nobody likes it, and nobody likes any of you fake Ranger fans who think that Hank was the problem. But yet you'll be kissing the feet of all of his backup goaltenders like Cam Talbot and everybody who's
where's Cam now?
And Andre, not Andre Platt, Pavlik.
Yes.
Anybody who backed up Hank, like, oh, he was amazing because they succeeded
Marty.
when he was in Marty. Yeah, no, it's Hank. It's Benoit Allaire makes the goaltenders, and Hank makes the goaltenders. All right. So I don't want to hear anything that you guys think, oh, Hank's overrated. Hank was underrated and mistreated by this organization, and you're not real Ranger fans. Yeah. To the Ranger fans who did appreciate Lundqvist, we love you. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah. It was kind of just a little TED Talk of just kind of what Hank meant to us and how he did. And we're going to miss you, Hank. We will.
Thank you for everything that he's done.
Thank you for everything you've done for this organization, for being a class act, for being the hero that you're a New York sports icon. Yeah. And it takes a lot to become an icon in New York.
Exactly.
So from the bottom of our heart, from two diehard Ranger fans, thank you. And if you're watching this, Hank, thanks for watching this episode of Honest Hockey. Be sure to give us a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to cross-check that subscribe button. I'm Tom. He's Tom. Our pumpkin is covered by a hat. Thanks for joining us today.